各駅停車のところにのゾーン水機が到着いたします。
We came last winter. Yeah. We're sold after all.
Yeah, nice.
Is it just one piece of bacon or multiple pieces of bacon? Can I get then 2 of these?
I do not like being on a strict schedule when traveling, so the way we're gonna approach this trip is just choosing one neighborhood per day and then getting lost in it. Today we're gonna explore Shimokitazawa, which is a bohemian style neighborhood. There's a lot of vintage shopping here and the prices are supposed to be more affordable than some other neighborhoods, so we figured this would be good to check out first.
The sun's nice. These would be harder to wear.
Yeah, they're too pixelated. If you're into vintage, archival luxury bags, you already know what I'm going to say. Tokyo is one of the best cities in the world because they have a really competitive luxury consignment store market. There's plenty of these stores scattered across every neighborhood, so I will be checking all of them out throughout this video. Didn't really have much luck with this store though. Yeah, a lot of Supreme in Japan.
Oh, I know.
So much Supreme. I'm not massively into the boho style, but they do have some really good quality stuff, like good quality cotton, vintage denim. The accessories are what I was most excited for. Why not?
You have way too many.
Always room for more glasses. Unreleased Yeezy Gap. The way the mannequins are styled here make it very challenging to know whether you're gonna like a piece or not. So that was the case with this jacket. I kind of like looked at it a little bit, came back, and then when I tried it on, I love it. I love the shape of this, so different. And one thing we do a lot of is shop for each other. So Alec had put together some shirts he wanted me to try on. I put together some shirts he wanted to try on. Some questionable choices at this store since most of the stuff wasn't really our style, but fun to play through nonetheless. Like, the audio is going to be a little muffled here, so don't worry too much about what we're saying. I'm just keeping this in so you can see our flow unfold. Yeah, even with these ones specifically.
Well, it's just like kind of pops in the right spot.
Yeah, it does. It has like a good shape.
I wish the graphic was a little bit cooler, but
Yeah, what's the graphic even say? Sourdough bread.
it's interesting still, but a Hawaiian shirt, so I don't know.
It's a Hawaiian shirt?
Yeah, it's just Hawaii on it. On the tag. There's a
Jacket.
You don't love
Jacket I
that.
got at the same time.
You bought a jacket?
I haven't bought it yet, it's at the checkout now.
Alright. Does this show what it's worth?
For vintage bags, this was definitely the best store in the neighborhood. It was very Y2K, and there wasn't anything from my list here, but it was a pretty fun shop. many people in here. Oh, I like those. Yeah, I was looking for, there's like a red and pink one. But they don't have it. Kameho in Shibuya was one of my favorite bag stores early on. 4 floors organized by brand and everything in really good condition. Well, there's a lot more here than I expected. I definitely recommend having a list because these stores get super overwhelming. I'm shopping from a list specific to myself, my mom, my sister, and my best friend. So if I spot one of those items, we will be shopping. Otherwise, I'm kind of just browsing. Skip over Chanel for now.
Oh, yeah, lots of bags here.
On the top floor, they have their good condition items, so that's obviously things that are a bit more worn down for a better price. I did kind of want to check it out just in case anything was up there, but wasn't expecting much. There's plenty of baguette bags though in Tokyo, from what I've seen. Yeah, that's not worth it for the condition. No, it's alright. It's cool to see a shop with more selection though. Definitely more traditional. Alec's been wanting to go in Beams. Just so happens our hotel is right next to it. There's like a green one.
I'm not a fan of a wash.
We ate dinner at this yakiniku in Harajuku. I don't know what this is called, I'm sorry, but it was very good. We got the Wagyu option, which was a bit pricier, but still only like $45 a person, I want to say. Really good.
Yeah? Put me a bird over here.
Okay, can you pass me this guy? Good morning.
Good morning.
It's day 2 in Tokyo. I am still a little bit sick. We didn't see any shrines when we were here last time, so I want to see the Meiji Jingu shrine. That's located right by Harajuku, so we're just gonna shop in that area until the afternoon, and then we're going to Shibuya Sky at 3 p.m.
Why did I think this was further?
No.
The map made it seem so far.
Well, this is the entrance to the park. We still have to like walk through it.
Go in the middle and get a photo of you.
I highly recommend looking into the Japanese Shinto traditions if you're unfamiliar with it. What you need to know about this park is that it was built to honor Emperor Meiji and his wife, and there's a lot of rituals that you can see in this space. One of the really popular photo ops are the sake barrels, but these were essentially offerings from breweries across Japan as a way to honor the emperor, and they're so beautiful. Okay, at least we know what we're looking for. I don't know where we're at. My favorite part was walking through the garden, which used to be part of the emperor's estate. Is this? Oh, this is the tea house. Okay. The king built this so his lady would be zen. Smart man. Wow. Can you imagine how old this is? Oh my god, you can see right through. That is so cool. I just want a photo of this. This is so cool. Doesn't even look real. It looks fake. In the winter, obviously a lot of the vegetation's dried up, so no iris garden or pond lilies for us, but a lot of really cool plants that we had never seen before. Alec is a screen printer, so the nature was inspiring him with pattern ideas. Before you can enter the main sanctuary area, there's this water fountain with a ritual where you're supposed to wash your hands and your mouth before going in. So of course I participated. And then right across from that, there's a little amulet office which sells these kind of like good luck charms, I guess. And you basically buy one based on the message that you're trying to call into your life, whether that's health or abundance. But what caught my eye was the omikuji stand. Okay, so it says you shake this, and then you pick up the fortune slip from the drawer that has the number of the stick items on it. So, number 15.
Here.
Wait. The messages were a little hard to read given they were direct translations from Japanese, but mine basically highlighted that our world is ever changing and evolving, and it called on me to maintain a sense of abundance through that all. With Alex, it was not that easy to decipher. It says, should we remember that we could be mistaken, we would endeavor, even in minor things, to maintain self-restraint. Let me know if you know what that means. There was one more ritual before we left the park, which we kind of just observed people do. We didn't partake in ourselves, but it's a wooden block that you write a personal prayer or like a message on, and then you put it up for the gods to manifest for you.
Time will bring the real and the vibe. There'll be no remnants, no trace, no residual feelings within you. We will remember. Your face will be the reason I smile, but I will not see what I cannot have forever. I'll always be you feel the same. Oh, baby, baby, so
もともとは、あ、そうそうそう。もともとはなんかその、
I like that for you.
この辺はサイズ4サイズですよ。
4 sizes?
そう4サイズ。
Yeah.
ミディアム、ラージ、エクストララージ、ダブルエクストララージ。
Okay, cool. Thanks. Just like your brand.
they also have a pocket in front.
Do they? Oh. I like that. This second street was pretty good. There was a wider selection of bags, but they didn't have anything specific I was looking for except for the Balenciaga Le Cagole bag. It just wasn't priced competitively, and I'm kind of looking for a deal if I'm going to get this bag. The only thing that did catch my eye was this Coach bag for my sister. I tried it on and I figured it would definitely be her vibe, but the condition just wasn't great, so I passed on it. So there was the Beams men's store right next to our hotel in Shibuya, but then they also have like 6 Beams stores side by side in Harajuku as well. This is Beams T, which is the screen printing flagship store, which is what Alec is most interested in.
Yeah, this one's sick. Yeah, we got it. I screen print too. Yeah. I really like their graphic design. It's inspiring.
They're having a printing party at 7 p.m. tonight, so we're gonna come back, hopefully. This was a good store, maybe my favorite so far. Really good curated collection of items and probably a lot of things that people would have on their wish lists. Dior saddlebags, Prada nylon bags, Louis Vuitton pochettes, you name it. For me, the main thing they had was the Louis Vuitton denim pleaty bag. They had it in a couple colors too. The pricing wasn't necessarily competitive, so I'll hold off on that one. The condition was like 10 out of 10 though.
It's nice out and the ass in full effect. Whole sun dressed up, got the melanin with the cocoa butter skin. Just try and get sexed up. No perpetrator. That night made it do the percolate on my. And then flew back to the G-Sack, cause it's popping out in that bitch. Young showstopper out in that bitch. Cause I own it. I own it. Cause I own it. I own it. Cause I own it. Straight.
I think there's a place to get a drink here. Let's go get a drink.
Maybe it's because we live in a downtown city too, but this is giving CN Tower. I think like every city has one of these big touristy structures. But you know what was well done? The food. Food was a lot better than CN Tower.
Oh my god, that looks so decadent. Yay!
Mine was a cherry brownie sundae, and his was a passion fruit smoothie with
Seeds.
So if you've never been to Tokyo, the reason the shopping is so enjoyable is mostly because people are more edgy and risk-taking here, but there's definitely some stores that kind of cross the limit for us, at least personally. One of those things being like holes in shirts or jeans that are worn down to the point where I could like ask a blue-collar worker to wear these for a day and they would be giving the same effect. So in those stores we kind of had to skip, but you wouldn't believe the price on these. I actually did find something from my besties list at Kameho earlier, but I wanted to send her pics and have her approve it before we purchased it, so we're back.
Which one?
The Louis, the black one. Yeah. Yep. Thank you.
Yeah, we're good to get.
You just wanted to make sure that the clasp works properly. Yep. And do you guys do the tax-free passport?
Yeah, we
yes?
need a passport.
Okay. Okay, yeah, we have it. Here you go, bestie.
We went back for that event at Beams Tea, and it was kind of a combination of artists networking, screen printing, freebies for the community. Really cool to see and also cool to leave with some free tote bags and be inspired by different types of art that I have never seen before. And then on the way back, stopped by this incredible bag store in Harajuku. This is another vintage chain, and they had quite a few of my bags here, starting with the Chloe Paddington.
The Paddingtons are just really heavy.
And then look at this fur Fendi baguette bag. These are rare. You can't find these often, especially in good condition like this, because let's be real, they get dirty real fast. But they are a collector item, so it's not in the budget for me. It was just very cool to hold and see one. And then they also had a lot more of the mainstream bags, a brown monogram Fendi bag, but the price for these usually shouldn't be more than like 1,500, 1,800 Canadian. So the fact that this was this expensive told me that this store is not the place for a deal. It's great for convenience. You have all these bags in one place in good condition, but I think you got to be willing to spend more than market value here. Grilling up some steak again for dinner, but this is like a more value chain place, which was actually really good, like $25 for this portion of meat. Look how happy we are. And then I don't even know what our evening was, to be honest. It was the most random concoction of things, but in the morning all we wanted was American breakfast, so we found American breakfast.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
Yep. Looks good.
We are going off the beaten path today, way outside Tokyo, about an hour and a half into the suburbs to check out some of the bigger consignment stores. They don't have very big stores in downtown areas because it's so busy, but in the suburbs, apparently there's 3-4 times the selection here. So let's see if that's true.
I'd better find a bag here. Oh, okay, here we go.
This is the Book Off Super Bazaar, which is massive, but I was a little disappointed in the size of their luxury bag section. So even though the prices here were definitely more competitive, the assortment was not it. I'm actually a lot more likely to find one of the bags I was looking for back where we were. Maybe it's the TikTokification of it all, and this has just been picked through. Or maybe I'm just a basic bitch and everything on my list is stuff that everyone else wants to. I don't know. Hermes tote bags for $90.
Really?
Yeah. It's a tote bag though, it's not, you know, they are cheaper. Just a canvas bag. A little worn. Lots of vintage Coach bags in the back too. I figured if I came all this way, I have to leave with something, so I looked around and found some reasonably priced Coach bags, which I think she would like. There were 2 Coach bags I was deciding between for my sister, and they were both the same price, but one of them was a lot better condition. I know she would probably have preferred like the monogram look. I personally am not a fan of monogram, but the other bag was in way better condition, like literally brand new, so that's why I went with that one. This super Second Street was equally as disappointing, if not more. The interior was giving Uniqlo based on the way it was organized, and there was just so many random brands of clothes and bags. Like, I don't know why you're taking up shelf space with this type of stuff, and then only having like one small row of designer items. I'm annoyed. We spent a long time coming here, and there is literally that one row. That's it. And then Coach bags. I did find a brand new off-white sweater for under $100. Seemed like a pretty good deal, so I bought that so that I wouldn't leave with nothing. And then we walked through Saitama, which ended up being the highlight of the experience, honestly. The architecture, super cool. I don't know where we're walking through, but these are beautiful homes. We came back to Shibuya for the afternoon and stopped by the Museum of Modern Art Design store in Tokyo with some really cool ideas that inspired both of us. Didn't buy anything here, mostly because a lot of it is home items and we didn't have a ton of luggage space. Like, if you're one of those people that comes with a whole extra suitcase, then you probably could, but it's fragile and not necessarily our priority, but very cool for inspiration. At this point, I've been to maybe 30 vintage stores, and I felt really bad for wasting our morning going out to Saitama, so I'm only stopping in the stores that are already along the way and briefly browsing in and out, but you'll never believe what happened next. Literally my top #1 bag I've been searching for at a super competitive price in 10 out of 10 condition. Yes. I found my bag! Let's freaking go! So I literally gave up. I thought I was not going to be able to find it because we went all the way out to Saitama. I felt so bad for wasting Alex's afternoon, like going out there literally to have no bags at those big stores. And what do you know, come back to Harajuku and here we go. But that's how the universe usually works, right? You look for something really hard, you don't find it, and then the minute you stop caring, you get it. So really stoked. This is the Balenciaga First bag, which is the smallest bag from the Moto collection. That's all I'll bore you with for now, but for the rest of the day we kind of just hung around, didn't do too much, and then the next morning, so it doesn't snow in Tokyo, which is why this is such a surprise. Did not have the footwear for this, and we were walking to the gym in the morning, which we've taken some time off the gym for this trip obviously, but we wanted to check out Gold's Gym in Harajuku, which was a very interesting experience to say the least. They have 60 grams of protein shakes.
Huh. To find like the original drawing one.
Is this the original drawing?
Yeah, that is.
Oh, sick. They have so many. Oh my god, little baby ones. I would literally wear that as like a baby tee. No way. There must be a lot of powerlifters in Japan, actually, like now that I think about it. Oh my god, t-shirts too? I'm actually shocked they have a whole SBD section.
So the ground floor of this complex is the store, and then there's a gym that takes up 2 floors of the building. There's the top floor and the basement floor.
What's the date?
February 8th.
Like everything here, there was a lot of strict rules regarding the gym, so I got minimal video here just so you can see the layout of the gym without capturing anyone in my content, because technically I wasn't supposed to film. They also had to sign off that you don't do any steroids, that you won't be on your phone between sets. I definitely felt like a lot of eyes were on me as we were the only foreigners, I think, in the gym. It seemed like a very local gym. I started stretching in this area and I noticed they have a wall of signatures of IFBB pros who have visited from across the world. So I'm kind of curious how that works given these rules, but anyway, not my business. I mostly worked out downstairs in the lower body equipment area, which was pretty cool vibes. And interestingly, there was all men down here. I actually didn't see a single woman. But either way, I had a great workout. I just would recommend maybe dressing a bit more conservative and make sure you follow the rules.
There's second base, and then there's...
If you're into retro Y2K tech, retro gaming, this is the neighborhood for you. Alec has been on the hunt for a very old Panasonic video camera, and I'm just keeping an eye out for vintage digicams because the resale market in Toronto is insane. These cost like $200+. You just have to be careful where you're shopping because some of the more curated stores are still really pricey, or like specialist stores with specific lenses like this one. We ended up going to this random street vendor that had all these cameras out in the open. Shocking because it was raining and these cameras are literally getting rained on. So I was not planning on buying one. I did not trust the quality, but how cool. Like, these are stunning. The pricing kind of like back home though, and they're also in Japanese, so that would take some time to get adjusted to. And then Alec did end up finding one of the cameras he was looking for, but again, I didn't really trust this vendor.
Hello.
They're just like really well made. The color sensor
Yeah.
is good. And that one's actually, it powers on, so I'll take this as WhatsApp.
Yeah. You can recording with cassette.
Yeah.
Working, I show you everything. Don't worry. Perfect.
Do you have WhatsApp?
WhatsApp? Yes, I have WhatsApp.
The store is a glorious like 7 floors, I think, of tech, homeware, things like that, but all for a pretty good price. Last year I was considering buying the DJI Osmo pocket camera, and it was a couple $100 cheaper here, plus the tax-free program in Japan. Didn't end up buying it. It's not a necessity for me now, but it is so fun to play around in here with stuff.
I feel it. All the gamers use these ones.
Oh yeah, that does feel really satisfying.
All the keys. Well, this is like ancient.
Yeah, they make a lot of projectors like this now, which I think is more compact and like better for your condo if you need to like move it around.
Alright, let's go.
A lot of like tech jewelry here too, so like G-Shocks and baby G's for pretty good prices, like also assortments that I haven't seen personally before. There's so many colorways.
They're giving Tamagotchi, and I love it.
I like that one, like gold.
Yeah.
Wait, like Bluetooth?
Yeah.
My favorite part of Akihabara though is this little tunnel of vendors that have the most random assortment of vintage technology, and it changes almost daily. So last year when we were here, I was on the hunt for a Tamagotchi, a V3, which is the version that I had growing up, and I literally could not find one. But they had a ton of stuff like old Game Boys, Walkmans, technology that you like completely forget about. And then if you have any random nerdy gaming interests, or you're into like anime or like old Nintendo 64s, like literally all of that you can find here. It's just what you get lucky to find on the given day that you're there.
Can I see? Babe, I just found a Tamagotchi connection. I looked so long and hard for this last time we were here. Okay, so my issue is I don't know if that's actually a Tamagotchi connection or not. I'm gonna have to ask ChatGPT.
And then I stumble upon the holy grail of Tamagotchis. I have never seen this collection of items, and obviously some of these are Japanese exclusive, ones that we would have never had in North America. So I'm just geeking out right now. This is just so nostalgic and fun to me. I like basically need to get one, but now I'm just kind of deciding which one.
So I need to decide a color that'll go with my bag. Basically, yes, which all of these have antennas, but I think I'm deciding between this one because I want to use like a bit of red in my bag colors, and the hardware on my bag is silver, so it kind of goes with it. Also kind of like that blue one.
The light blue?
Yeah, the light blue. And also this like blue with the red is also kind of fun because it has Japanese letters on it, so it's like a little different.
I would just get the silver.
Yeah? Oh my god, this is so exciting. I did not have this much luck last year. Yes.
I am literally a child. I went with the silver and maroon colored one because I will be using it as a bag charm on the new bag that I bought. And then we went to Super Potato, which I think is one of the best gaming stores for retro consoles and games themselves. Alec and I debated getting a Nintendo 64 last year, and here we are doing the debate again. Do we need it? No. Would we like it? Would be super fun. And then I also learned my lesson buying the little games as well. I have an old Nintendo DS, and last year I bought a few games, but unless you can read Japanese, probably don't buy it. Another great part of Akihabara is that there are endless arcades of claw machines. I think they call them like UFO catchers. So they have a ton of like plushies, anime figures. It's a really big part of the arcade culture in Tokyo. But they also have like sit down play arcade games, and this one back room, especially under this like light, very dimly lit, such like an early nostalgic vibe that you can very rarely find anymore. We didn't play any games this year because we had already done that last year, but highly recommend checking that out. Don't kill me. We're back at the Yakiniku Grill again. We had sushi for lunch, but Alec isn't much of a seafood guy, so he was starving by the time we got to dinner. This is just the best value, like highest protein option, so I feel no ways. But that was the rest of our evening, and then coming now into the final day of our Tokyo trip. After checking out another cafe for breakfast, plan for the rest of the day was to mostly window shop at other places we didn't have time to check out before. So that big green store that I was in is part of this vintage chain, and I figured I'd check this one out as well. Just super fun to browse through. Like, look at this pink bag. So fun. If I was a millionaire, I'd buy all of them. And then I got some incredible validation here because I found the Balenciaga first bag. This is the bag I bought previously, but in gold hardware, and it was almost $1,000 more here than what I paid. So I made the right call. The assortment was really fun. If anything, I think this is better than that green store. They also had some more affordable options. So this was a cutie little vintage Celine bag. I really just liked the shape of her. So whatever's on your list, this would be a great place to come and check out a bag that maybe you've seen online but don't love as much in person, which was me with the Chloe Paddington bag, although I did really like that color. And here's the 2 highlights of bags that I didn't previously have on my list, but I absolutely loved. Starting with this Fendi Mia leather handbag. This is so Y2K, so cunty. If I was like a little bit older, I feel like I would have rocked this in the early 2000s. And then this is the one that I regretted not buying. I've been trying to replace my Lululemon belt bag with something a bit nicer for a while, so I think this would have fit the purpose quite well. But I think I just felt a little guilt from having already spent too much money, so I said goodbye. And then we went to a kind of more experimental art exhibit with different new brands that resemble more closely the ethos of what Alec is trying to embody in his brand. If you are curious to check out his work, please give him a follow. The Instagram is extra_trash, and he is doing a drop relatively soon. We would love your support. So yeah, we just got some more steps in for the rest of the day and also shot some content for his brand, making use of the plentiful vending machines in Tokyo and some of the cooler skate shops where we got inspiration from. And that was all. In the morning, we woke up and just went back to our favorite coffee shop, some of the best brownies I have ever had in my life, and then headed back to the airport. Thanks for following along on our trip. I feel like travel content gives me something more meaningful to put out, I guess, and more interesting. But if you are planning on heading here anytime soon and have any questions, I'm more than happy to share with you my itinerary and also my saved Google Maps folder. Just give me a comment below and make sure you stretch before your long flight if you're coming from overseas. Bye guys.